We have another gentleman, possibly,
Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson.
You got time for me?
We,
Of course.
well, dude, we got time for you, man. Yeah.
Hey, Mr.
Well,
Wilson.
I only have 2 poems. One of them's 10 seconds, the other one's 10 minutes.
Let's do the 10
Minutes.
minutes.
10 minutes, man, you gotta stay with it, because that's hard to follow, man, for 10 minutes. See, how do I do this? Okay. I was expecting to have my 12-year-old granddaughter with me tonight, and Grandma didn't want to drive her up from Carlsbad in the deluge, so. But I had prepared a children's story, so I guess I'll give you that one. Here we go. You probably can't tell by looking at me, but I was not a constant source of joy to my parents as I was growing up. I'm what they call a prodigal son. Now that doesn't mean I'm a bad guy, it just means I made some bad choices. I made a lot of bad choices in my life, and the choices that I made took me to a dark place. I mean, to a really dark place. Well, in that darkness, I started searching for the light. And I had a lot of people in my life at that time telling me that this dude, Jesus, knew something about the light. So I went and looked him up to see what I could find out. He was always talking about his father. You know, the father this, the father that. So I went back to the beginning in the book to see what I could find out about his father. And way back there, I mean, starting in the very first chapter, they kick out a story about this young couple, reported to be the very first young couple on the planet, Adam and Eve. And the story said that God created Adam and Eve and he placed them in a garden. It said that this garden was absolute paradise, except for one thing. It seemed that right smack in the middle of the garden there was this one toxic plant. Now God warned Adam and Eve about that plant. He told them, don't mess with that stuff, kids, it'll kill you. And they believed him, they trusted him because he was God. But still, that plant pulled at them. The lure of forbidden fruit pulled at them. It called to them. So one day they found themselves over in the middle of the garden tripping on that plant. I mean, they're just standing there gawking at it. And this dude comes sliding up all hip, slick and cool, talking about, brother, man, girlfriend, what's up? And they said, oh, it ain't nothing, Snake. We're just checking out this plant over here. He said, checking it out. Why don't you get you some? Get some. Get some. Well, God said it would kill us. Say what? God told you what? Now look here, kiddies, this stuff will not kill you. It will enlighten you. It will elevate your consciousness. It will expand your mind. Adam and Eve just looked at each other and said, man, that must be some good stuff. And it was on, man. They didn't even have to think about it. They were willing to risk their lives for a chance to get loaded. They didn't even know what the high was going to be like. This was their first trip. But there it was. The first snafu recorded in the annals of Western civilization. Adam and Eve consumed a mind-altering substance. But then the story got deep. You know, it went on and told me just exactly how this mind-altering substance altered their minds. It said their eyes were open, that they saw that they were naked, that they made covers for themselves, and they hid in the forest from God. I said, what time of day is this, man? Their eyes were open, but they didn't see that they had goofed. They saw that they were naked. They didn't think that they had done something wrong. They thought that there was something wrong with them. This stuff they took made them feel ashamed, but it didn't make them feel ashamed of what they'd done. It made them feel ashamed of who they were, and it made them want to hide from God. You know, some people say, I have Adam and Eve's DNA. The old folks called it original sin. I think what it means is that I'm made from the same stuff they were made from, that I come from the same mold. And I believe that just might be true because 10,000 years after Adam and Eve, I come along and it seems that I'm willing to risk my life for a chance to get loaded and I don't even know what the high is going to be like. And I consume that mind-altering substance and it makes me feel ashamed of who I am. And it makes me want to hide from God. Doesn't seem to matter if it's bourbon or beer or pot or acid or meth or heroin or airplane glue. When I consume a mind-altering substance, it makes me feel ashamed of who I am, and it makes me want to hide from God. But you know, that feeling of being ashamed of who I am is The absolute lowest, low down, dirty feeling I ever felt in my life. I don't ever want to feel that way again. And you got to find a dark place. I mean, you got to find a dark place to hide from God. So I'm making different kind of choices these days. I've been making different choices for a while now. You know, today it's just all about, no thanks, I've had enough. Let me get my hat, I got to run, man. Catch you later, Stick. Say, give my love to Dad when you see him, all right? I'm out. And so, August 1994, my oldest boy turns 5. I've been sober for 6.5 years. I was in my last semester of college, had made the dean's list every semester, was going to go on and graduate, summa cum laude. I was living in a decent place, driving a decent car, had my 2 boys, a wonderful supportive wife. Life was in session. That same month, Disney came out with a feature-length animated film, The Lion King. And I took my boys to see that film, and I mean, it just blew me right through the back of my seat. I mean, that was the greatest portrayal of the recovery story ever displayed on the silver screen. My boys were 5 and 2.5. They didn't know what they were looking at, but I had been there. I knew what that story was. Rafiki, who was Simba's sponsor, he had to go track him down. Seems he had some records needed cleaning up, and he'd been running amok for a couple of years with these 2 bug dealers, Pumbaa and Timon. They got a hold of him when he was just a kid, and they groomed him into their gang, and here he is, a young adult. He's living the life, man. He's pounding down that slimy yet satisfying stuff. He's smoking a Kuna Matata, doing a little banging, you know. I mean, these boys are terrorizing the neighborhood, bowling for buzzards and that kind of thing. Anyway, Rafiki catches up with him. He tells him, come on, Simba, time to go. Go where? Back? Oh, man, I can't go back. I can never go back. That went bad. That went way bad. It was all my bad. And Rafiki winds up with that Yoda staff and cracks him right across the skull. Hey, what was that? Doesn't matter. It's in the past. But you don't understand, Rafiki. You don't understand. My father is dead, and it's all my fault. And Rafiki says, no, Simba, your father is not dead. Your father lives. Come on, I'll show you. And he leads him down this long, twisted jungle path to a small pool of still water. And he tells him to look in that pool. Simba looks, and all he sees is his own reflection. Rafiki tells him, look harder. And when he does, when he looks deeply inside himself, he discovers that his father is a spirit in the sky. And that discovery gives him the courage to face his fears and the strength to go back and try to straighten that mess out. And when he does that, I mean, it's Lord have mercy. Look here, this boy, he conquers all his demons. I mean, right down to the last one. He defeats them all, man. He gets his home back, his family, his friends, gets the girl of his dreams, takes his rightful place in society. He gets back in to the circle of life. Boom. There it is. Woo!
Kuna Matata. I love it, brother. I love it, man. Yeah, I never looked at Lion King that way, and I'm never going to be able to see it any other way. I love it.